We're back. How you guys all doing? Hey, welcome to the Seekers Chronicles Paranormal Historians, where the history meets the paranormal. How's everybody doing tonight? How you guys doing? Look, Jennie is all ready for the new year. Kimm, you ready all for the new year?
Oh, can't wait. Yeah, we are moving into the fire horse year. Not yet, not till the lunar new year, which is in February, but we're moving into the fire horse year, which is going to be a lot of transformation.
Loving that.
Okay. We're going to go fire horse.
Oh, okay.
Roland just came.
Roland,
yeah. If you can hear us, we're going to leave you behind stage a little bit. So, how's you guys' weekend? You know, Christmas and everything. How was everything?
Oh yeah, we
really
just had
nice.
Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah, Christmas.
It was nice. It was nice. It was quiet. I like that. It was a nice, quiet Christmas for me.
Yeah. Kimm?
Yeah, I had a great Christmas. I had an unexpected spirit visit from my grandmother. This is always fun when they bring signs and stuff.
What?
Oh yeah, signs from above. So I ordered a book from Barnes & Noble for my mom, and I ended up getting 2 books in the mail. And I was like, I only ordered 1. Like they charged me twice. And so I opened up the second book, and it's a book called God Gave Us Christmas, and it's a children's book. Now, my grandmother, who passed last year, was deeply religious, and she would not have known that my brother and his wife are due next month. So on the actual delivery, it was supposed to go to Mississippi. So we're like, there's no way that this book just happened to arrive at my house as a Christmas gift. So I gave it to my brother and said it was from spirit for my grandmother. So I'm really excited about that.
That's awesome.
Isn't that crazy?
That's
I know,
really cool.
Mississippi. It was Amazon. I've never had Amazon do that kind of mistake,
No,
Never
never.
get nothing for free. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Never.
Yeah.
Nice.
I love signs. I love when you get like a sign and you're like, but wait, give me a signier sign.
Yeah,
you don't believe it. Right?
Like I would never have gotten anything religious like that. And it was a children's book. Like I would have never have ordered a children's book.
Exactly. Like that's a signier sign.
Isn't that crazy?
Definitely.
Very cool. Very cool.
That's really, really, really very cool.
Yeah, so my brother was like crying. My mom's crying. We're all
everybody's crying.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it was nice. It was really
I'm
sweet.
glad it went to you guys who could appreciate it and understand it, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Anybody else might have been like, oh, at a book, what do I want that for? But you interpreted it the right way. Yeah. I love it.
Right. That's awesome.
So last show of the year, guys.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
This is our last show of
wow,
the year.
64, episode 64. Everybody who stuck with us, thank you so much. We're happy to have you here tonight.
Yeah, I see Melissa's here. Adam's here. And it was funny. Melissa said something about her blast on her fire tablet. I was like, ooh, fire. Yeah. So hello,
fire.
everyone.
Yeah, that's right. Fire, horse, and horses. And Adam, he knows that I'm having.
What?
How's he know? You deliver it to him or?
Hey, I had a pistachio cannoli this week.
Those are good.
See that? My family was like, we got it special for you. You've never had it. I was like,
those are fabulous.
Pistachio is very cool.
I figured that's good for tonight for the new year. You know, little party.
Yeah.
We're having a little New Year's party tonight with all our best friends. So why not?
I know. This is a great way to bring in the new year. I'm excited.
Yeah.
What is this? Oh my gosh. What does it say? I can't read it. What does it say?
You can't read it.
It says not a nice word in Italian.
Oh, I wouldn't know. I don't know.
Bavangulo. And it says here, Italian way to have a nice day.
Italian. That's the Italian way to say.
That's my new year. I'm going to bring it in with a bat.
Who got you that one?
I got people give me things all the time, thinking it's like, oh, he's Italian, he'll like it.
Yeah, that's Anthony's sign. Anthony's sign from above.
That's perfect for me.
The Italian.
That's Anthony's sign, all right. I'm taking a drink because I said cannoli. That's the game.
Cannoli.
To remind
Everybody in
you.
the chat backstage, if we say cannoli, you got to drink.
Yep.
Yep. Water.
Yeah.
Whatever you got.
Okay.
The only
That's
podcast
our
with a
drinking
drinking game.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
And coming soon, a bingo card.
Yes.
Um,
2026.
Kim and I are working on a bingo card for next year.
Paranormal bingo.
Paranormal bingo.
Yeah.
We have a lot of people tonight, so probably we should get right to
Start
it.
getting into it. Yeah.
Oh my God, we're having
We're
our
going
own
to talk another 20,
tonight.
30 minutes, but I think they're behind stage like, oh, okay, we're going to go home. So
No. Hey, you know what? We got a lot. We got a lot of guests. Tonight,
awesome
so
show. We have a great New Year's show for you. This is, of course, the New Year's show. This end of the year's our last show for 2025, and we have awesome guests. We have a great. We're gonna have a great show tonight, and everybody is gonna be able to talk. I think it's gonna be like 4 or 5 hours show. So, Jenny, do you have the honors to let everybody know?
Really, it could be a 4 or 5 hour show. So tonight we're going to be discussing a documentary that Kim and I were fortunate enough to be in recently. In Search of Hauntings, The House of Whispering Relics, and it's set in Danville, New Jersey, at a place called Times Tin Cup Emporium. And we're going to bring on the cast of the documentary and the owner of the building, which is just so exciting. So without further ado, here we go. Here's the list. We got a lot for you tonight. It's a party. We've got psychic medium Lisa Morrison coming. Yeah. And we got, okay, do you want to add Roland if he comes in again?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, there we go. Roland Budahawk. There he goes.
Hi.
Hello, Roland.
Hey, Roland. Hey,
Let's
Lisa.
hear it.
Let's announce who's here. We got a whole cast. Say the whole cast. I'll bring him out. I just mentioned them.
No,
Yeah,
I like
we
this
got
one by one.
right.
I like
We
it
got-
one by one.
From
Do
9
one by one.
Lives. Yep, 9 Lives Paranormal. We've got Gail Gamble and Cara Salento. Our
Hello.
lovely friends. All right.
Ladies.
And we have the one, the only dear friend of mine, Richard Moschella.
He's a dear friend to everybody. What's he? You're selfish.
Hello, everybody.
One at a time
Hey, Rick.
here.
What's
Right.
going
Okay.
on?
Am I missing anybody?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need Lori. Laurel. Sorry, Lori.
Laurel.
Oh my God, Laurel. For whatever
There
reason,
she
I thought
is.
you were me. on top. So the most important person, the owner of the building, we have,
Right.
oh my God, I'm going to get her name wrong. Laurel. Let's bring Laurel on. I'm gonna get her name wrong.
Hi guys.
Well,
Say it for me, Laurel, again. Durenberger.
Durenberger.
Okay, is that
Yeah.
right? I always think I say it wrong when I say it right. Okay, Laurel Durenberger,
You
welcome.
got it.
Okay,
Okay.
awesome. So much pressure tonight.
yeah, we got a lot of people here. You know what I mean?
You're among friends.
Yeah,
Yes.
oh, of course. So everybody here is
Hi,
friends. They
everybody.
want to be on the show. If we didn't like you,
Hi.
you wouldn't be here. It's the bottom line.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
So how's everybody doing tonight? Hey, look at.
We're
Everybody
good.
doing
This is
I just wanted to tell you, Kim.
Yeah.
You were talking about your Amazon issue.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, I
Yeah.
ordered pants for my son. He turned 20 yesterday. I ordered pants for my son,
Happy birthday.
and instead of in the package that was pants, it was Elf brow cream and Roku indoor cameras.
Ooh, I have an
What?
Amazon one. I have an Amazon one too. I got a witch's hat that I didn't order.
Oh my God, I love that, Laurel.
It's
really?
it's so
I don't know.
funny.
I think Amazon is it's getting hijacked by the spirits, maybe, and they're sending a little bit of it.
You're not sending it to me.
Oh
I'm
my
missing packages half the time.
gosh.
I was
Go
Oh,
down
we
there, there's
should
something
do that,
missing. I'm
Laurel.
like,
That's funny.
And-
We got a
and
big
Elf-
Richard fan here.
Mhm.
Elf-
Yeah, look at this.
No?
Everybody's like they're up for
So
4 or
funny.
5 hours with us. Too bad we're all so exhausted. We got sick families, sick kids, sick. Everybody's got a cold, or they're getting better. Like, oh, we all need to get better in the new year. Here's to that.
I said,
Fine.
you can definitely have a new year.
We got to stay healthy. Stay healthy.
Healthy. Okay.
Healthy and happy.
So,
So where should we start, Anthony?
well, I'm about to start. You like my
Mm.
wife. Before you give me a start, you cut me off.
I'm like one of your wives, anyway.
I was like, hey, But I want to see.
It's like,
I'm not going to ask everybody how they got started or everything because everybody has an idea how you guys all got started paranormal. But we're going to try to stay with the documentary or stuff. But how did you guys start going about? Because on this documentary, not only the 5 people that were introduced, Jennie and Kimm were also there. So everybody, except for the guy in the middle on the top. So I'm going to start asking questions, okay? So how did this documentary get to start? I mean, did you reach out to somebody? Or, I know the thing, law. I know the place has activity, and I know 9 Lives went there a couple times and stuff. So how did you guys get about to start this?
I think that goes to Kara first and foremost
Yeah.
because
Oh, Kara. Okay, excuse me.
So what happened was we did an event at another establishment, and there was somebody in the audience that kept asking Gail questions.
Mhm.
And they were like really impertinent questions. Like he was taking notes. So Gail comes up to me and says, I think that guy's either a journalist or something because he's writing down everything that I say.
So he pulled me aside finally, and he said, I direct documentaries, and I'm looking for a paranormal group to be in a documentary, and I've been searching for a group that is reputable, who tries to debunk their own evidence, who investigates ethically. He said, I think I found my group.
So that being said, he was looking for locations. And so I said, have I got the place for you?
I got a place for you. I'll take you there. I got a guy.
Exactly
what we did.
Exactly what we did. So, and that was really it. That's how it started.
Oh, awesome. So you guys went there. I mean, I know you guys have we got some evidence that I'm going to be showing soon, whatever. But how did you guys end up going there? I mean, you had to start somehow. Did you just walk in and say, I'm here, I'm going to do investigation?
Basically.
Kara's the one. The place kind of called to her, and she drove me by it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I see what you mean. So we just kind of cold called poor Laurel. We just walked in and said, hey,
a sweet little email.
I got a flurry of emails about us coming. And so then when we were there, when we went in, we brought equipment, and the equipment started getting hits right in front of Laurel. And ever since then, we've had a symbiotic relationship with the store and the Victorian home
and the spirits.
And I've had no experience with hunting and anything like this prior to meeting Karen Gale. So it was all like new and exciting for me to see how all this equipment worked, and getting to know what energy was in the shop, because I felt things, but I couldn't identify it as ghosty. So they were very they were like teachers.
So you had experience before they came, so you had an idea there was something going on there, but you didn't know how to go about
The energy in the shop was very interesting.
Mhm.
It was like, but I didn't see it as ghosts or spirits or anything. The
Mhm.
only thing that I had ever had, and I think it was around when I met them, was my orbs, which I'm sure you all have heard about. So,
Yeah.
and that was evidence to me because it's something that I could see, and I've always
Mhm.
been somebody that needs to see proof of things.
Yeah.
So meeting Karen Gale, opened a whole avenue of proof. And then all the people that came in, it was so exciting to meet people that all sort of shared their, it was evidence upon evidence upon evidence. It was
Mhm.
exciting.
Yeah, because you got a great group here of people. Everybody here has experience
Yeah.
that came in.
And
So,
Richard
yeah,
came
you guys
in
did.
too. Richard had come in before the film, and he had some really interesting experiences. And so and it was just interesting. One by one, I started meeting you guys. It was fun.
Richie, what was your experiences there? What happened?
Remember the first time that I came into the shop, we were talking, and you really wanted me to see. You really wanted me to see the basement. So you're like, Richard, let's go down, and I'll show you the basement. I remember walking towards the back section where in the documentary there's a little crawl space, but walking towards that section, that was the first time I actually ever felt like physically pushed by something. And I actually felt like a nudge. And I mentioned to you, I'm like, there's somebody down here that does not want nobody
He
down
did
here.
not like you.
No.
Really?
So, and that was like a reoccurring thing as we did investigations there, that pushback. But yeah, that was the first time there I actually physically felt pushed, which doesn't happen a lot, So
Yeah. I mean, how did everybody else get about? Anybody else investigated before the documentary, or documentary, everybody just went there and started?
Roland.
I went in
Rolling.
with Kara.
Mhm.
Kara called me and said, "Hey, you want to come check this place out?" And I always say, "Oh, I'm not sensitive like that." And then as soon as I walked in, I'm like, "Oh, there's stuff here." So
And then the attic, Roland, remember the attic?
yeah. So the attic is my first time there. We went to the basement first and then worked our way up, and definitely wasn't a fan of the basement, especially a crawl space. And I'm sure that was covered, but just ugly stuff in there. But the attic was a weird feeling because there's an area where there were mattresses, and I just felt like it's almost like things were hanging out over there too. I don't know. The attic, everything, every layer of that place is like got its own personality to it. But I want to say that the basement and the attic are probably the most busy, I guess I want to say, because I feel like there's an elevator going up and down over there.
Yeah.
Spiritual elevator, not a real
Kara
one.
felt that too. Like one of the very first things Kara felt was this kind of pull up and down from, and that was my first experience with the word portal, I think, between the
Mhm.
attic and the basement. But do you remember the ice skate up in the attic? That was
No.
Yeah. When you and I were up in the attic, and the ice skate fell off the shelf.
And there was no way for it to fall.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
was so dismissive, and you went, "No, Laurel, that was not just the attic.
Yeah.
That was like something moved that thing."
I'm like, oh yeah, that.
Roland, are you a psychic or medium, or you sensitive?
I just go by energy healer on paper. Am I in my own way? Yes. But I mean, anybody who does any kind of channeling, I want to say mediumship, we're tapping into other stuff to begin with. So it's not too far out of the realm to perceive other energies, especially energies that don't want you there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably the biggest step that I've taken, saying yes. Without saying yes. All right. You guys are funny.
Coming out party. Welcome to 2020.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Sensitive.
We're
Roland
happy to
Woodhouse.
have you join.
But we've had more than one occasion where we've had that type of activity. I know Kimm was the victim of one of them on something falling off a shelf, right? Is that correct?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I didn't actually even know about the skate falling off something up in the attic, but I guess mine was a little friendlier. Remember when we were in the basement at one point in time, and a bag of cotton balls came off the shelf, and I like reached out and caught it, which I was like, to be honest, that's a very nice, kind thing to push off. Very sweet.
Ice skate with a blade.
Thanks for not throwing knives.
Yeah.
Right behind you.
Heat blade or something like that. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So no, I didn't even know about this skate up in the attic.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and what's interesting too, when the cotton fell. We had all the hits on the other equipment. We had the EMF detector went off, the REM pod went off,
right?
and then I think there were 2 REM pods, and they were in a line. And the first one went off, then the EMF detector went off, then the thing fell off the shelf, and you caught it, and then the last REM pod went off. It like made a line. It was like boom, like a burst of energy.
Yeah.
It was really interesting.
That's awesome.
Do you know the one thing that we never talk about, or we haven't talked about, and the film didn't address, is during the shooting? Do you remember the sewage line?
Oh yes.
All of a sudden, out of the blue, like
Yes.
Oh yeah. I think we'll
just
get
like
to that.
it was horrible.
Yeah. I think we'll get to that when we start talking about more of the basement stuff. Because that all is kind of related.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a good, we were hoping that people will watch the documentary, but on this show that we can talk about things that aren't covered in it, things like that. This is kind of a behind the scenes.
Yeah. I think that we got a lot of evidence that it didn't follow the thesis of the film. So, but there was a lot more than what's in the doc. So I'm really glad that we have this opportunity that we could share it,
Yeah, that's why I figured, figured to have this show together, because there's probably a lot more. Because I know when you do production and stuff, a lot of the stuff ends up on the cutting floor. You cut it, you throw it, that's it. You can tell my age because that's how we used to do a film. But so a lot of it ends up not there, and you have your time period. You have to have so much film and everything, and how much an hour or two, whatever you want to have. So a lot of stuff doesn't make the cut. You actually. So that's what it's tonight. I would like to have you guys talk about what didn't make it, because there must have been so much.
I'm sorry, Anthony. I have a little delay. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was going to say, do we have some photos of the location just that people can get familiar with what we're talking about?
Good idea. Yeah.
Okay. This is the actual photo of the documentary. This is the name and everything of the documentary. Okay. So this is what, if anybody wants to see it, this is what you got to look up. You write this down now because it's going to be off the screen in 2 seconds. 1, 2. Over. Okay. So here I got pictures of the front of the building.
I can't put it in.
Okay. There's a big P up there. Then I see you change. Oh, they got
that P went away.
But now it's
there. It is.
There it goes. Okay. Window. All that stuff I guess to download.
Hey Anthony, you know what's interesting about that P that you shot is that P was the logo of the hair salon that was there for 30 years before me.
Oh wow.
And the hair salon had encased the entire building in mirrors.
Really?
My entire shop was mirrored. Every wall, in all the rooms, because they had hair stations all over the place. Then when my landlord bought a building, the hairstylist passed away, and the building was sold, and my landlord took down the majority of the mirrors except for in that back room. And I'm wondering still if all those mirrors are what brought energy into the space. And that's something that you all as hunters and what could address.
I mean, the mirrors probably face each other and stuff like that. It's a possibility.
Yeah,
it amplified it.
Interesting point.
Probably did. I mean, with all that, because you have plus the energy that goes on in those salons and stuff with women going there. I know your women going there sometimes because you're emotional. You want your hair done. You need a chain. That chain, whatever you guys got to do. Or you're happy because you're getting married or whatever. So I know there's a lot of emotions in a salon, So
Well, it's busy, right? Like it's busy. Like
yeah,
there's a lot of
anything has
activity.
that.
Yeah.
Anything that has those type of activity, you know. So I want to show you one
What?
picture.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. You talk. I'm busy. A second.
I was just going to say a little bit. Do we want to talk about a little bit about the history of the building?
Yeah, sure.
Like you brought up that it was a salon before that, and Kimm did
Yeah,
some
how old is the
research on
building?
who owned the building.
Yeah, Kimm did some amazing research of
Kimm,
things
Yeah.
that I had no idea.
I can talk about it a little bit. Or Laurel, did you want to talk about it? It's up to you.
No, actually, because you did the research, I think you're more intimate with it than I am.
Sure. Yeah. So it's
Not
in
taking
Denville.
over.
It's like right downtown in the center of Denville, practically. Denville. This was a main road that goes back to the 1700s that it's on. There is a church, an old church next door to it that has been converted. So it was next to a church for a really, really, really long time. The house was probably built around in the mid to late 1800s. It was on the property line of somebody else, but it was always really next to the church, which is interesting and kind of leads into some of our experiences, I think, there, and who may have shown up in some of the energies. And the first person who actually owned the house and lived in the house was a Reverend Benjamin Reed. He had 3 children, one of them of which was a doctor, and I believe he worked out of the house. So that's actually another thing that is really interesting about some of the energies that I know Lisa was experiencing, that I know Richard was experiencing, and I know that I were experiencing there. That may have something to do with it. And then after that, it went into a few family names, wasn't really doing much. And then it became a toy shop. So isn't that interesting, Laurel? We loved that it became a toy shop, right? It was like,
it was so
nest. Yeah. And
an
then
interesting
it became
name for a toy shop too, I thought.
Yeah. Well, and it's also interesting that, we always say in energetics, like attracts like, right? I mean, Roland knows that any of us at the mediums and psychics know like attracts like. So a place that has had these kind of items, like lots of different items, will kind of open itself up to having another kind of shop like it in there, which is so interesting that now it's an antique shop. So it's still kind of having that imprint within it, which I think spaces enjoy, kind of that keeping the line with those kinds of things.
That's so interesting.
Major history?
And Lisa, do you want to share your story about the doctor?
Oh, when we were up in the attic.
Yes, right? Please.
When wasn't it Charles? But then Laurel had said, because I got the name Charles, and I try to remember how this happened. And this, I think was on film, but it didn't make the cut for the documentary. Where I can't remember what happened, but I kept feeling this man, and then I heard the name Charles. But it was funny because I remember, Laurel, you said you had a Charles also that had passed. You were there. But then I kept getting the name, and then Kimm, you were able to find that in the history.
Charles. Yes. Yeah, Charles is one of the Reverend's sons. So that was one of the
doctor?
Sons. No, the doctor was Theodore Norris Reed was the doctor, and the son was Charles.
Charles didn't die in his 30s, I think. He was young.
I don't know when Charles died, but yeah, his other 2 sons died young. So the other 2 sons died in their 20s and 30s. So I don't know when Charles died, but it is an absolutely accurate name that would be associated with the house.
Yeah, it was wild. Literally, we were talking about something with the Reverend when all of a sudden I kept feeling the smell. I said, they keep saying Charles, Charles, Charles. And then at the time, Kimm said, no, I didn't see any Charles. And then you went back and then you found it.
Yep.
And I don't know if you guys remember this, but we also have an EVP where I ask, what did you do? Did you heal people? Were you a doctor? And we have that EVP tonight, so I won't say what it says, but
now
but I don't know if you remember that. But we also got confirmation by EVP about that.
Now would be a great time to play that. Play that EVP.
Oh yeah.
You want to play the EVP? Here we go.
Are you a doctor or in the medical field or healing people?
That was clear.
Yeah.
That was clear.
Do it again, everybody, with yours.
Or in the medical field or healing people.
You can hear it, doctor.
Yeah, wow.
Totally clear.
Very good.
Yeah.
That's very good.
That was an exciting one when we got that.
Very much so.
I got a picture
Yeah.
here. I actually drew a picture from a picture. I got this off the I guess Facebook. I went and got a couple, and this is a picture of somebody standing there at a counter. Okay, I feel whoever's at this counter or whoever sits in this area always gets a cold feeling on the back of them because there's a person about 4 feet and change that's always looking over the shoulder. And this when this happens, I feel you get like pins and needles chill from it.
I'm gonna have to think on that.
You know, it's in this area here.
Who is that?
That's she doesn't come to the shop much anymore. That's interesting.
Probably
But
because she was
can I
getting a
share
cold
something?
chill.
I'll share something.
She's getting a
That's
cold
my
shoulder,
other
yeah.
shop. That's not
That's funny.
27 Diamond. That was in Booton. I think that's Jess. And Booton had some spirits in my shop there too.
Yeah,
You probably brought some of the stuff when you move, whatever was there attached to your to the antiques.
Wow.
Could have came over.
That is, well, there were some very interesting stories out of that Booton location too. And yeah, we won't go there.
Yeah, Booton is, as most of us know, Booton is a very interesting town.
Yes, there's definitely spirited activity all over that town for sure. But you know, the other part of some of the energy Kara can probably address, and Gail, about Minnie. And Minnie has come through in other things, but I don't know that she came in the filming of this film, but she came in another time. I can't remember quite when. Do you remember up in the attic singing with Minnie?
Yes. Minnie was a longtime resident of Denville, and she was actually a fixture of Denville. That they celebrated her, and she passed away when she was 100 years old. And she used to go to Laurel's shop to get her hair done, and she also was a collector of antiques. And Laurel ended up getting some of her things that were put up for consignment in her shop. And there she is. And, whoops! And Laurel ended up getting a hymnal. You got a hymnal and
a book of Morris County history,
and some other things that we know were hers because she wrote her name in the book. So I went into the attic and I started, reading and out of the books, and then we started getting more responses from our equipment, the EMF, the portal. We started getting more responses as I continued to read. The whole
and then you started
Minnie.
singing. You started singing a hymn.
Yeah, I started singing. Yeah, because it was good to go to Catholic school. I started singing. I knew the hymn.
No, it wasn't.
So I started
No,
singing it.
Nice. I don't remember, Richard, did you pick up on Minnie right away? I know there was a gentleman right away that was religious, right away that first night. Did you?
I remember doing the sketch and then going up to the second floor and sketching that older female energy that I was picking up there. Because much like that elevator, I said there's that presence in the basement, but then we go right upstairs. And when I went upstairs is where I drew the woman, and she resembled a lot that woman, Minnie, and feeling more of a watchfulness and, just more like an investment of the people that were there, watching them coming and going, and sketching her there. But definitely on the second floor.
Yeah, she was connected also to the church next door. She and her husband had gotten married at the church next door. And lived around the corner on Church Street, just around the corner, when it was her family owned the land that the Starbucks is on. and they used to
Right.
play baseball back there.
Right.
Yeah, so she's very connected to that area for sure.
I feel like in
Lisa,
the attic,
what did
though,
you experience
mostly.
there, Lisa?
Mhm.
What did you experience there?
All
I
right.
don't want you to fall asleep
Well,
on us over here.
there was a there was a
Buckle up.
lot. I mean, I get stuck on what happened in the basement, though, and I don't know if we want to go there yet.
Yeah.
That to me was
We got 2 hours to kill. You might as well go somewhere.
was
Let's do it.
And this was the first time, right, that we were there before we actually filmed, right, Rich? Wasn't it last fall?
Yeah.
When you felt like you were physically like you changed.
Yeah.
Roland had followed right behind you, if I remember correctly. There was this crawl space, and there was a lot, you know, we were all kind of feeling that heaviness of something trying, almost like hiding in this crawl space, right? So Rich volunteers.
Yeah.
And I'll say I've known Rich for several years now, and we've worked together a lot, even outside of the paranormal, doing mediumship events and stuff like that. So I know Rich's personality, like, you know.
I'm sorry to hear.
Yeah,
I know
I know,
Richard
right?
all the time too.
Right?
So no,
I
this
didn't like you, Rich.
I wish that we somehow could have aired this because it was just insane to me.
Yeah.
That Rich came out of that crawl space and his face was like not his face at all. It was very freaky.
He was bright red.
Remember that?
Like
Yeah.
bright red.
He was angry.
No smile. You could feel almost like anger coming off of him. Oh, and he's
That's
never
not Rich
angry.
at
It's
all.
No.
not Rich. That's why I'm like, this is weird. And he's
He's
like,
a
I just
sweet
go
guy.
outside. That was probably one of the most actually profound things I've ever witnessed, period, in doing this in like 20 years. Because it really doesn't happen, especially if you're well protected and you know, and you're going in with certain intentions, and usually we know how to kind of keep ourselves shielded, you know. But that to me showed me that there was definitely something that was definitely more of malicious intent. And then we fast forward to in January or February when we were filming, and this is in, you know, with the holy water and Kimm making that face.
That was a great face.
But that's what prompted me to do that time around, because to watch Rich get affected that way, I said, there's definitely something to this. This is not somebody like, look, we can be our own worst enemy sometimes. Our minds can play tricks on us.
Yeah.
And I knew instantly that wasn't a trick. So that's why I was like, if I'm coming back there, I'm going to poke the bear just a little bit to see if we can get more of a response, to see what exactly is that we're dealing with. And it worked.
Yeah.
You know?
It did. And then
I mean, we took him
storyline
outside going back. Yeah. We took you outside. We took you outside with Roland to help you out. You were not yourself at all. At all.
I was gonna ask Rich and Roland, because you both were in that kind of vicinity. Walk us through what happened to you guys.
I
Go
remember
ahead, Rich.
just being the first one in, and Roland in back of me just saying, like, you know, just affirming, like, you have no power here, and all this positive stuff, and just being in between him and what was ever in that space, and just feeling all of a sudden like just anger against everybody there, and just feeling like just I was out of my own mind. It was like just something else has just started, like, just making me angry and angry and angry, to the point
I
where
had to kick him out.
Yeah, that I turned to Roland, and he's like, Rich, you got to get out of here.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, we went outside. And Roland, can you talk about what you did with him outside? With a little bit about what you do, because you're new to our show.
Right. So I do energy healing, right? We're just leaving it there. I don't need to get crazy with it. So we were just trying to help move that anger off of him, and it didn't want to go anywhere. So it almost struck me as like this thing went so inside Rich, like it was tapping into some old school stuff, like holding on tight. It did not want to go.
It took
But,
24 hours.
Yeah. I mean, I moved what I could, in a short amount of time, but I needed to do more I just didn't get the chance to, but he was enough that he can walk around and not, he wasn't a tomato red anymore.
Right.
We also remember, Jeannie, your ankle got nibbled on or something.
Oh my God, I
Nibbled on.
forgot about that. There was a mark.
Totally forgot that.
Yeah.
Yes.
A scratch,
When we were
a
leaving.
nibble, a scratch, you know.
Yeah. I forgot about that. That's never happened to me either.
Yeah, that was on your ankle.
But I actually went in the crawl space, to be fair, with Gail. Gail, right? We went in the crawl space when I first got there. We went in the basement in the crawl space, and I think you shut me in there by myself.
No, because bang, you asked me. I had your permission.
I don't blame you, Gail. I like to shut it out too once in a while.
I did. I was like, shut me in that crawl space by myself. And it was so quiet and so nothing to me. And that as investigators, we can take information from that too, right? Like something's not after me, but it is after Rich. So why? So we have to ask these questions, right? Like why? Because I was just comfy in there, no problem at all, you know, and I wonder why Rich. Anybody have any theories?
Well, I also wanted to bring up Karen Gail. You had previous experiences in that area too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
Absolutely.
That's true.
You know, it's like I never liked, I still don't like that crawl space or going back there, you know. And a lot of that, and we'll see them, a lot of the orbs that we have, one of the orbs, maybe I don't know if you want to show it now, Anthony, one of the orbs comes from that back door at the crawl space and has enough mass that it turns on the motion sensor light in her basement. Yeah. So there's a lot of activity there's a lot of activity back there. And it just doesn't sit right with me. And like sometimes when I go into the back there, it feels heavy, not like I'm getting pushed as demonstratively as Richard does, but I feel resistance walking into that back area, like something's pushing me back. Also in that back area, I think I sent it to you, Anthony, is the video of the box falling off the shelf on its own that was all caught by all the footage that we got was caught by Laurel's security cameras. So there's definitely a lot of more energy back there that has I don't even what you want to call it.
Well, remember, I saw that guy sitting there when you and I went in there, Sarah. So I had the impression of a guy sitting like in the concrete. It's a weird setup over there. How this whole area is covered with cement. It's pretty deep too. Like it doesn't need to be there, but I saw a guy sitting there and he kept trying to overlay what's the name of that guy that I'm thinking about, that demon-y guy?
Baphomet.
Yeah, so I kept on seeing him kind of like trying to overlay that. I'm like, that's not, you know, that's your person. Yeah, he's just trying to. Yeah, he's trying to make it like I'm a big guy flexing muscles. Yeah. And it's not to say clearly that the guy, you know, that fella doesn't have anything going on. He has some juice clearly, but just not to the point that you're going to be some kind of craziness. I was like, all right.
We're not bringing Zach Bagans in.
No.
None of that crazy.
I'm going to show the video with the light turning on.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's it. You see
which I find that interesting because I'm not a big old person, because you know many things could cause that. But what I like about that is the orb came up to the sensor, so that sensor has to feel some sort of presence or some sort of energy for it to go on. I'm being an electrician. That's some of the stuff that you learn. You know, but you have to have something of a mass or some energy that's going to turn that on. And like I said, I find it that the orb turns on the light sensor, which is to me That's good
Well,
evidence.
I mean,
that
dust isn't going to
happens-
do it, or else dust is going to turn it on and off all the time.
Yeah,
Like,
the,
I mean,
the dust
Of course,
didn't
there's
turn.
dust
Yeah,
part of it on.
I have,
Yeah.
I have those
normal
orb-
dust doesn't have any sort of energy, to turn on anything. So and
but
that's
they're
where I
down there all
find
the
it.
time.
So okay, and then you said
That's very
something about the
interesting.
shelf. I'm going to do the box falling off the shelf also.
Yeah, do the box.
Wow.
It's in the back right corner.
Yeah, you see that up there? I'll do
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
again.
play it
Nice.
again. Play it again.
Yeah.
It's hard to
Watch the
see.
back right
Yep.
corner. Yeah.
Just drops right off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's delays in that footage also.
Mm-hmm.
You can see
Well,
those.
it takes images. It takes images. So it's not like a
Yeah.
continuous stream. It takes images
It's
every
not a
2 seconds.
video. What do you mean? Takes pictures as it goes?
Well,
Is it like a
is
track
video.
cam or something like that?
Laurel,
They're blink cameras. They're
Yeah,
blink.
those were the blink cameras. It's it picks up the motion and then it stops when the motion stops.
Right.
Like 30 seconds after.
Yeah.
But if
My new
something
cameras
moves,
follow.
if something moves, it'll like
Yeah.
record it 5 seconds before. It's not the smoothest transition as you could see, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the back
Yeah,
for a
but
second.
still.
I want to look again because I thought I seen a shadow. After the box falls on the left-hand corner in the back. No.
Oh, I see it.
Where
I
do
see
you
it.
see?
Shadow.
And by the door, in front of the door. Watch.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not
It's a
the
light
stairs
shadow in front of the door.
The-
In
the
front of the
door?
door on the left.
Yeah.
to the
There's like a
so
light
that's the
shadow.
door where that's the crawl space.
yeah, the door to the
Okay,
cross.
There's like a
Do it
light
again.
shadow.
All right.
After.
Oh,
I didn't
I
see it.
actually knew that.
Mhm.
I didn't see it at all.
It's light, but you can see the
It is
movement.
light. It's like
Yeah.
it's
Very
like
light
halfway
movement.
down and below.
Remember, it's like the delay,
it's
like
lower.
I said. Yeah,
It's
when you
Good
lower.
catch,
see-
Anthony.
Yeah, good catch, Anthony.
Nice
Do it again.
catch, Anthony.
He's like
It's
a
after
pro.
it falls. Right
And then
there.
it'll
Yeah.
start right there.
I see it.
I'm
Well,
gonna
we'll
need to
have- we'll
blow
have
it up.
Very fast
Thanks.
shadow.
But
Yeah, I think on a
interestingly,
bigger
like,
screen.
so that was the back where the box fell, and where the bag fell was on the right hand shelf. So it was still
Right.
like in that kind of back corner, which is interesting. But also a little context about like the structure of the basement. So the basement is original that we're down in that area. I mean, it's been paved over and stuff like that. And that crawl space stairs, that was original. But the underneath, like where it's all stacked together in that small crawl space, that was made when they made that back room. So that's an addition. So we always kind of wondered, like, why are, like, is it the stairs that somebody used to use the back stairs to come into the basement? And that's kind of why they're in the basement area. It's just something it's good to know the structure.
Is that like just a crawl space? What is it? Is it maybe something they stored, kind of
No, Anthony. So
coal or
it's stone and pavement that they paved over the dirt, so they could put an addition onto the back of the house.
Okay.
So the stairs are the original like cellar stairs, like how they used to have like the
Oh, I
storm
see.
cellar?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Instead
it's
of
like
moving,
original.
they left them.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
put a picture. I don't know if you uploaded it. I did put pictures of it. It just, you can see it's like under the basement crawl space. And also one of the EVPs I sent in for tonight has a picture of it with remember the stones
Yes.
piled up?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Stack of
Yeah,
stairs.
So
right.
one of the
I don't
one
have
of the
a picture
videos I
of it.
sent has that.
Jen.
And
Jenny,
it's
I don't
funny
have a
because
picture of it.
I just remembered, Richard, you were the one affected, but in my EVPs, they were angry at you.
yeah, they were
Remember?
gunning for me.
Why?
I don't know, but there's even one that we didn't use in the film, or, we didn't really talk about much, but you were talking and I have an EVP saying, this asshole. Like, really, they were like mad at you. And I wonder if it's because you were onto him. Like you could, I just want to be left alone. I don't want anyone to see me. I don't want anyone to sense me.
Maybe it was
Yeah, like that angry at Richard.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah, I forgot about that one. Yeah, but
You
it
know-
was that extreme.
I just thought of this. Did we ever kind of have a general consensus of who this entity is?
An angry guy.
An angry man. Did
thought
we?
it-
I
If it
remember
was a
I
priest at first.
sketched. I remember the man that I sketched in the basement. He looked pretty much like say a priest. Remember, I even
Yeah.
drew a cross.
So
I even drew a cross, some rosary, and I said he's very like by the book. He likes things by the book.
Yeah.
And I remember
Totally.
putting that all on the sketch. And I
Yeah.
think that was also the pushback. I feel like he didn't want that was a space that he didn't want nobody in. And here we are, this big crowd of people, right? And I feel like that was the pushback. I don't think he's this, he might portray himself, or make us want to think devil or something dark.
Well,
But I
right,
think that
because
was
he's
part of
trying to
that
scare
pushback.
us. Right. To stop.
Well,
is there any religious items in that area? Like any Bibles
I
or
just
any
thought of something
crosses
that might,
or any saints?
I don't know, but I just thought of something that might actually connect Rich to if this is the Reverend Benjamin. So Reverend Benjamin had 3 sons.
Yeah.
And 2 of them died before him, at least. And I don't know when the 3rd one died. And I don't know because I know, Rich, you have 3 beautiful
3 sons.
blonde sons. So I don't know if there's resentment there specifically. I don't know. This is just me trying
Oh,
to,
yeah, we're brainstorming.
to connect the pictures of like
Yeah.
why you, right? Why you out of everybody else?
Did he
here?
have any
got
sons
Get
named
Out.
Richard? Kim, did he have
Or
any sons
Richard?
named Richard?
No, it
No?
was Theodore, Charles, and Benjamin.
Okay.
Yeah,
No.
of that were his, and 2 of them absolutely died before him. I mean, died young before him.
I even remember though when we were filming, being outside, and somebody from the condos that now are in that old church and they said when they're in their home sometimes they see figures moving in Times 10 Cup when it's closed through like their windows. They see things moving around in there, and it freaks and it actually freaks them out. So these are people that just kind of knew what we were doing and wanted to share this with us.
Oh, that's interesting.
Wasn't there something about the old guy owner that used to cut the hair, Leo or something, whatever his name was?
His name was Frank.
Frank.
I remember we were talking. Yeah.
Frank.
Yeah. There was something with him too.
I drew a picture from also there. I didn't get a chance to download it. I don't know if you see it. It's a man with a little beard, a cap on, with a white apron. He's standing in the corner there. Would that be a barber? I was wondering why he had a white apron on.
So he's wearing like an apron, like a cover. That's
he
He had a beard.
That would
He had
make
a
sense.
little beard and a cap.
Well-
I don't know if that could be a barber back then or whatever.
I don't know.
I have a picture of Frank.
So
Yeah, Frank Blaho.
But good point,
he
Anthony.
had a beard coming down, and it was just the beard on the bottom coming here. He didn't have any chat. He didn't have the sideburns, and he didn't have a mustache. It was just a beard.
Yeah, I don't know what he looks like really.
Yeah, somebody suggests
That's
he's a
what I thought
butcher.
he was. At first, I thought he might have been a butcher because of the white thing, But you guys are talking about barbers, so it's a possibility. Maybe a barber.
Yeah, but he had a salon, right? It wasn't a salon, so he'd still
with a
wear
hair
the
salon.
bib. I mean, the apron. Sorry.
Yeah, he might have.
Yeah.
So
But,
I'm just curious because when I seen that picture,
Lisa-
I do that.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Lisa.
Oh,
you said
yeah, it's I really apologize. I'm just having a little delay tonight. So if I interrupt you, it's not on purpose.
Yes, it
That's
is.
usually
Lisa,
me.
I know, right? It's usually Kim. Now I'm going to forget what I got to say. But Lisa brought the holy water to the basement as a test, right? Like you didn't think, oh, I'm bringing this because I'm getting rid of something evil. You thought, well, let's use it as a test because if it increases activity, We know
Right.
we might have something here that's angry like that in that way.
Right.
It was kind of like an experiment sort of thing that you were doing. And I mean, you guys want to talk about what happened when we did use the holy water? Or Kim's like, no, let's not talk about that.
Oh, this is the part of the video. This is the part of the documentary I thought was the best. What you said afterwards.
Oh yeah, it's everyone's favorite line in the whole thing, Kim.
But it was also interesting too. After Lisa did that, because I had a rosary necklace that was there, and it broke in its box.
Yeah.
Like it actually.
Oh, I
came
forgot
apart.
that happened.
Yeah, it came apart, and I was like, "What?" It just came apart in the box that was down in the basement. We didn't bring it out to like hang it, but you know, we bring trigger objects, whatever. Yeah. I don't know. After you did that, I just felt like revulsion, and it was just like I couldn't stop coughing. I was coughing. I mean, maybe it was purifying me, is what my family and what Kyle says.
It's good stuff.
Oh, wait, we have the exact quote. Look, let's do that again.
Sorry,
But then
I wanna
it
hear
goes
something
into a
funny.
loop and makes me feel like it wasn't.
Well done, Adam. Well done.
Good on
You want to
it.
hear something funny about when you said that? When we watched it at the Ritz Theater, and that came up, I heard, and I think it was Frankie's son heard a woman behind stage yell, like, "Oh!"
Oh,
right
at
after
the
he
same
said
time.
that.
Oh
So it was
yeah.
like we played it at the theater, and it was an interaction of what you said behind.
Yeah,
that was,
it was really potent. Like I could feel Lisa doing this, and I could feel the momentum of it, and I could feel the resistance on the other end. Like I could feel the entity, this gentleman, I do believe it's a gentleman as well. It was just like not having it. He was just
Right.
not having it.
Right.
what kind of religion was this guy? Was he? What type of religion was he? Baptist? Was he Methodist or Catholic?
I don't know.
or-
I couldn't find out, but he was a chaplain in the Civil War. So he definitely was like an active participant in the clergy, but I don't know what religion specifically.
Yeah, because maybe he wasn't part of any sort of Catholic religion. Maybe something else that he didn't believe. Maybe one of those churches of like snakes and stuff like that. Maybe it was something like that. Doesn't believe in holy water. Doesn't believe in any kind of religious thing, and they have their own faith. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
And being a chaplain does not mean you are a priest or anything. That means you know more about the Bible when it came to the army. And if you knew quotes in the Bible, that make you a chaplain.
I mean,
And they
he
put that in
is
the field.
labeled as a reverend. So on his deeds
Yeah.
and everything, he is labeled as a reverend. So that's
Okay.
on like the land deeds that it says REV Benjamin, blah, 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 multiple times. So I do believe he was, I don't know where, but yeah.
But he also didn't like Roland because like we also had a really clear EVP about Roland saying, "Get out." That was you. That was right at you. Remember? You were talking and he goes, "Get out." To you.
I think we all did a round robin with it. Right.
I wonder.
I'm gonna start
I
playing
laughed
some
at it.
EVPs.
So if you think about it,
don't
you
like
don't
you
men.
either.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
I
you don't like men. I don't know. Because
Possibly.
I
That
was
was a
having a
thought.
good time down in the crawl space. But but it was like, get out. And Richard was, probably the angriest at Richard. But which is so funny. We're all sitting here like, who could get angry at Richard?
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
no,
true.
This guy, evidently.
He's a nice guy.
Laurel, you've never really
What
felt
about-
like a significant negative presence when you've been in
I
there.
don't. Sadly, I don't feel much at all. I have all the equipment now, and one day I'll have time to like start playing around with it and see if they actually. But I'm down there all the time, and the orbs are always like shooting like fireworks at me and around me, and I don't even know they're there until the camera picks them up, and it's like there are blizzards of orbs that come at me, and I don't even. It's
No, I'm
strange.
sorry.
Right.
I
No,
cut
it's
you
okay.
off. I wanted to
But
show
we
the
also
video.
lights as well.
That's what you're talking about?
Yeah, but I have videos where they will go literally for 5, 10 minutes the entire time I'm working down there. And you see them shooting around, and sometimes they're crawling across the floor. Sometimes they're like just going like a whirlwind. I couldn't, the files were too big to send to you, so I couldn't send anything but that little bit. But it is pretty wild down there when the orbs start going. Now, the interesting thing is, I've not had orb activity with any great regularity since you guys were there. I think Roland healed them. I think when Roland was downstairs in the basement at the furnace, he healed them, and they don't come around to so much anymore.
Wow.
Throw them out. You're not paying rent. You got to get lost.
Sorry, Laurel.
He's the bouncer.
I think Roland was an orb bouncer.
An orb.
You're an orb bouncer.
No,
Oh my
but
God, that's
really,
funny.
it's been very calm at my shop lately. I really very calm. So
Well, honestly, Laurel, we experience that a lot. And I don't know if anybody else who, can speak to this, is after doing investigations, often activity calms down because they either feel heard, seen, expressed, recognized.
Yeah.
Right.
So we definitely, we've had it the other way too, where after you come in, it can really set things off. But I feel like more than often it quiets down.
yeah, it's been very quiet, except for when Kara comes.
Kara Kara, talk about that. Kara's
I have a very strange relationship with the sorry, my dog's gonna bark, with the spirits in the in Times 10 Cup. They like me. If we go and do an event, like we're scheduled to do an event there coming up in a few weeks, there's usually activity after that night after I leave. When
Almost
I'm there,
always.
I'm sorry.
Always.
And when I'm there, like if something is not right, I can sense it. Like I'll say like now it like I can't, Laurel's got so much new stuff that I wouldn't be able to tell, but like if something throws the energy off in the house when I walk in, it's like I'll say, what did you get that's new? Because something is new here, and I can sense it. And then if something else, like if something is in the shop and it's, I don't want to use the word negative, but something is happening, like let's say I'm doing an event and someone comes in with bad juju, that picture that you drew, Anthony, is really telling, because I can feel it behind me and actually almost like putting its arms around me like this, like it's kind of like keeping me from it.
That's true. You did. Remember that day when we were doing the promo for you said there's something really bad over my shoulder.
Yeah.
You said that.
Yep.
That's interesting.
So I can feel it, but it's strange. I don't like, and I always say this, language fails when it comes to the paranormal stuff, because it's not like strange has, like, to me anyway, a negative connotation, but it's strange in that I don't get that sensation at any other place that I've been to. And it just seems that the energy there when I walk in recognizes me and I recognize it. And like, for lack of a better, our demons play well together. So it's like, it's interesting. So, and usually after I do an event at Laurel's, the next day after I leave, she sends me the footage that the orbs are back, and she'll say, the orbs, I haven't had any orbs in a while, and I say, oh, they'll be here now, and it's true. It's
the next day there they go. Like a lot of times they'll follow you right out of the shop too.
Yeah, it's like she does have footage, and I couldn't find it. There's footage of her blink camera where the blink camera like follows me out of the shop. It's like, remember that one? It was on the behind, and it moves. And she's like, there's no reason why that it should do that, because I was in the same space, but I was walking and the camera focus shifted to follow me out the door. It's just weird. It's really weird.
Well,
There's-
we've
there's-
had another camera move there too. So
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know about your camera, but in the documentary, there was a camera that moved all on its own up in the attic. So
Yes.
interesting.
That's,
So
yeah,
it's watching.
wow.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely. Have any of you seen lights in the basement? Like a few of us saw not orbs, but like twinkling lights, almost like
Yep.
I call them Tinkerbell.
I sent the footage of the one because Laurel and I were in the basement, and there's a twinkling light that goes right across in the back, actually going from right to left, from like you'll see it on the HVAC system. And I was talking to Laurel, so I didn't see it, but Laurel saw it out of the corner of her eye.
Because it had happened right before, and that was the second time.
Oh,
I'll
I had
play that
said,
so you
"Did
guys can see what I'm talking about.
yeah, you have to look at the HVAC
I saw it
system.
live. Yeah.
That one.
Not that one. Still not that one.
I got a couple little marked orbs here. Oh, I don't know which one it is. I think this one turns on the light.
Box.
That's the
It's
box.
falling.
Okay, I don't see it. Maybe I
think Kara's in that one.
Yeah, I'm in it.
Yeah, I know that you guys are in it.
Oh, Tara Thompson's
No.
asking about or smell.
I don't know. There's, I don't know if it would be on the camera, but I don't know if the shiny thing you saw would be there. Where? You said you saw a shiny thing go back and forth. Yeah, it was just this like little light. It went this way, and then went that way. So I wonder if it would be on the camera. Yeah. Oh, you mean here? Yeah. Well, it might be. Let's go up. I'll turn up, please. He's not going to come in here today, right? No.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I seen after you guys are talking, I seen it shoot, not on the ductwork, but I seen a light shoot this way. Is that
Yeah,
what you're
that's
talking
it.
about?
And then and Laurel says, I just saw it, and I said, do you think it'll be on the camera? Because she saw it, but I was looking at her.
Okay.
So I didn't see it.
I'm gonna play it one more time.
Yep.
Play it again.
There's,
Yeah, play it
I don't
again.
know if it would be on the camera, but I don't know if the shiny thing you saw would be there. Where? You said you saw a shiny thing go back and forth. Yeah, it was just this like little light. It went this way, and then went that way. So I wonder if it would be on the camera. Yeah. Oh, you mean here? Yeah.
You know something? I seen something on the top of the duct.
Yeah, I was going to say there's two. There's one at the top ductwork, and then there's the one that goes across.
Yeah, I was watching that. I'm seeing the one across the duct, too.
Yeah.
And that happens right
And that
before
was almost like
she
a
goes
reflection.
up.
Yeah, but there's no windows
reflection of
now.
what?
They're
There's no movement at the time.
No window. Nope.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no window there. Matter of fact, because I'm
maybe
watching it
that's
on my
all.
other screen.
Yeah.
I'll do one. I'm going to do it one more time because there's one above the duct right before Laurel walks up to it to show what she's seeing.
There's, I don't know if it would be on the camera, but I don't know if the shiny thing you saw would be there. Where? You said you saw a shiny thing go back and forth. Yeah, it was just this like little light. It went this way, and then.
You guys see it?
Yeah,
It's just too small for me.
It's right where she draws it. Does everybody see
But
that?
I know it's
literally
But
right where she draws
there's
it.
one on the duct right before that.
Yeah.
It's very fast.
On
It
the
kind of
duct.
goes.
Yeah, very quick.
Yeah.
But there's Tinkerbells all the time,
Right.
everywhere. And I don't know what the difference is between like an orb and a Tinkerbell. Or at one point somebody said I had a fairy, which I thought was kind of funny. But there was
Fairies are not nice. Not like what you see in
the middle
Disney
room,
channels.
there was this little thing that fluttered down and then just vanished. And but it was not an orb. It was weird.
Yeah, you had a video of an orb by the counter in the upstairs that was not a circle. It had a shape to it, particular shape and a particular color. That to me, I think those are more like fairy-like type energies.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
But whether or not it's so hard to know because so many people don't believe in the orbs and the things that, I try to prove that it's dust of some kind. But
Mhm.
but the more I think about it, like if it was dust, it would be dusty all the time because my shop is filthy half the time. But then,
Well, it depends on wind too. Like if there's wind outside coming in through the doors and the windows and the vents, so that can change. Like the dust in the rooms can change for sure. But I wouldn't expect dust to turn on, a motion sensor or
cameras.
turn on. Yeah,
Right.
that I wouldn't.
Yeah,
And
that's
to be
interesting.
and to be light. I mean, if
Yeah,
it was
or
a dust,
elemental.
yeah, it's just I would love to do an orb study there.
Yeah.
Go study. Okay, I'm gonna start playing some of these videos because I don't want to run out of time.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do it.
Here's one.
What disease did you die from?
Liver disease.
So clear. I remember sending that to you guys, and everybody was like, "Liver." You can hear it so well. So
Liver disease. So I guess the person was whatever disease, maybe alcoholism or whatever.
but
Yeah.
we couldn't
Do you want
find
to
anybody. Kim got the death certificate.
play it again? So play it again. Turn up the volume.
Yeah.
Turn up the volume. Here we go.
What disease did you die from?
That's clear.
It's clear.
Liver disease.
Yeah.
Super cool.
You know what I mean? Well,
And that's
Kim,
on the
you're not going to get only people that live there or visit. You remember, it's a antique shop, so something could have
Right.
came in.
Yeah.
Well,
when
that
you bring
was
antiques in,
that was-
whatever is attached to whatever old item, it's going to come in with it.
Could be.
So it could be almost
But-
Yeah.
anything.
Rich, do you want to tell us a little bit more about like where that kind of energy kind of comes from and where it can be a little difficult for us in investigations to know who and where we're getting this info from?
Well, I mean, when we go into a location like this, I mean, this building with so many different things. Okay. And if the doctor treated patients there when, or whatnot, if we're dealing with the elemental realm, and these are spirits that are attached to the land itself that were never human. I mean, there's stuff that goes into the elemental realm there with the Fae being tricksters. So there's that aspect of it. And then everything that was housed in that space. So in the documentary, I say it's a perfect storm, right? You have all these items that were loved throughout life that are now all housed in this place, that were at deathbeds, that were at weddings and part of people's ceremonies. And, you have this all in this space, and people come into this space and they have interest in these items. So it just acts as a perfect storm to feel, to be pulled towards an object, to have these impressions. So now you get sensitive people that are open to the phenomena that come in. And it's almost like the needle on the record player just hitting the record, and you start picking up on this stuff. So when Laurel comes in there with such pride and such love for these items, it's a no-brainer that she's going to start feeling and sensing things. Especially, I feel like we all have this ability. So when we go into a space like this, and we open up to the possibility of this happening, we just start picking up things through imagery, through feelings, through impressions, smells. And you'll be surprised on the elemental realm, how you were talking about those little lights, those fairy lights, possibly orbs. I mean, Fae are trickster spirits. So, they kind of like to cause a little bit of havoc, a little bit of panic. Pan, like when we get into that older energy, Pan, panic, and they kind of get off on causing people to kind of go a little nuts. So there's a lot of things happening there. When you look at it, even in the area of Denville that it's in, right? You had a monastery from the friars that was right down the road, Saint Francis.
Mhm.
You have the church that's right next door. So you have this religious thing going on. You also
Mhm.
have a very old river only a block away from you.
That
Um,
floods a
True.
lot.
I also believe we did research, and there's an underground, possibly a spring or something within the area. So now you have all this stuff that's going on. So yeah, there could be this elemental aspect to it, right? This land spirit. You also have the stuff that's going on with the objects you have in this space, and then combine it to the history that happened there. I mean, it truly is a perfect storm to experience. And when you have sensitive people that come into this space, you're only going to get more and more stories out of it. So,
Nice.
yeah.
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 Couldn't
And
agree
Kim,
more.
do you remember
Very interesting.
how many people we asked how many spirits are here in the attic? Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it 86 or 68, something like that?
It was like 46 or something. It was a 6, but it was
Yeah.
like right away.
It was
But
a lot.
what I was going to say about just in general about the EVPs we got, about the activity we got, is it was very intelligent, right? Like I asked, how did you die? You know, what were you sick with? You know, kind of thing. And we got liver. Like that's logical. That's intelligent. We're not getting just random words that don't have anything to do with anything. And we said how many spirits are here, and it was something like right away we got like 46 or something like that. It was like no hesitation, 46 kind of thing. And we laughed because it was so specific, right? In the attic, we were just like, oh, okay. But what this tying this to what Richard said is like, you know, he's right. Like there could be 46, right? Like things
There could be 100.
Yeah. Right? Why not?
And they can fluctuate
all that
and they
stuff.
can move in and out. But Laurel, you brought this up earlier, and there was somebody asking about the smells, like if there were smells in here. This, I think, was one of the most amazing things that happened while we were there, and just gave me testament to how motivated this entity spirit in the basement was to really have us stop. What happened when we were during our investigation there?
Yeah, I mean, we were investigating, and, you know, I made a very, very, you know, major effort to clean the basement and get everything put away neatly so that we could all sit around and you know, do a really good investigation. And so you guys are all doing your thing, and all of a sudden the sewage line breaks, just like just out of the blue. There had been no effort, and it was disgusting, and it was rancid, and it took forever to clean up, and I had to totally trash the basement. So you all had to continue doing the investigation in this like putrid basement, but you kept going.
And where? Like, tell us where exactly this happened, because I think this is also amazing.
It's in the back of the basement, right by where the boxes fell, and where Kara feels the portal is, and where, I mean, it was just like right there, and it just was sudden, and we had to pretty much stop filming until we could get it all cleaned up and fixed, and then we came back, and that's when you had all that devil stuff happen.
Right, right. That was right where Lisa was doing the holy water. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, but the timing of it just had to be intentional from something, because like, why then?
Yeah,
you know?
Right.
It's like bizarre.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's like they want you to stop, so they figured that's how they stop you.
Oh, for sure. They wanted us to stop. That man in the basement. I mean,
And then
Roland can speak to it maybe, but yeah, he was like, get out of here. Yeah. And I remember Lisa got immediately like sick to your stomach.
Yep.
Like as soon as you use the holy water. Both you
and
and Kim were like,
I got dizzy. Yeah.
Yeah, dizzy. That's right.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the sewer line, I forgot about that. Wow.
Yeah, it was just just uncanny timing.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So crazy. And this is just the basement. We had so many other things. I was going to ask Kara about, you know, the main floor, what activity we had on the main floor. You guys spent a lot of time there.
Yeah, on the main floor is where we sensed the mostly the little boy spirit that was running around, and that's where isn't that where on because with the piece of equipment, the TV, it came up Kimm. So
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah, so we have
Yeah.
this TV that that shows words across it, kind of like an Ovilus, but it's a television set, an actual television set. And it the name Kimm came up there, and it's programmed with I don't know over 500 and some odd words or whatever, and I helped choose the words, and I know Kimm was not one of the words that
No.
I put in. So
Wow.
but yeah, the name Kimm did come up when we were doing it. And then on the middle in the second floor there is we don't get a lot of movement or activity, but that's where we get a lot of the shadows in that area, and we get the shadow figures and the apparitions in that area, which I'm trying to think in terms of where it would be over the basement. It would probably be over the crawl space, Laurel?
Wait a minute,
No.
which floor are you talking about?
Are you talking about like
what?
The
the
second floor or
curiosity
the
cabinet?
The curiosity cabinet and that back library wall. That's like
That would
catty
be
corner.
right over
That's right
that
over
area.
where the sewage
Yep.
line was.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
And that's where we have the shadow, the video of the shadow, and we have the video of the apparition. Oh, I got to go plug in my computer while we're talking because my energy saver is on.
Oh my God.
I'm about to die.
I got some
We have the shadow
audio.
video.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
shadow. Shadow's so
Yeah.
good.
Which one? The shadow one?
Yeah, let's play that one.
Okay. What I find interesting in that one is that because at first I was watching, I thought it might be in a shadow from outside going in. Something was going because you hear the banging, and to me, it sounds like a garbage truck outside. Okay. But then I kept on watching it. If it was a garbage truck that put it up, you would see a bigger shadow. This looks like somebody, like a shadow walking in, and then it pixelates, and then it gets dark. But you can see like a shadow walking in. Like I said, that's because at first I thought maybe it's a garbage truck because you hear noises, you hear something mechanical in the background. So like I said, it sounds like a garbage pickup.
Yeah, because there is out the window. It's in the next room over. There is a dumpster there.
Okay.
But and I still feel that just from how the shadow came from the corner, and it was thin. It was like, and it's never happened again. That shadow.
Yeah,
Right.
that's why I find it interesting. It's like it comes in like somebody walking in, so it is thin. If
Let's
it was
play it
anything
again.
else, it would have been
Play it
other
again.
than that.
Yeah, let's play it again. It'll be
Yeah, it comes in thin, like somebody walking in.
Yeah.
That's what I find interesting.
And also because like if somebody was cleaning the dumpster, like that's like she said, it's never happened again. It would have repeated itself the next week when they've picked up the garbage or whatever at the dumpster.
It was a one-time thing, right?
Right.
Right.
So
I
I
would
got other
also
stuff here I
imagine
like to
a
play
shadow
before.
from outside would have a very hard edge. That's just what I would imagine because the light on a metal object would have a hard shadow edge, and this is completely soft edge.
We're just.
I got some EVPs I like to get going because we're getting one play these before we end the show. So here's one that I think Jenny sent me.
You know that we're on to you. You're just a lot of talk. We're not afraid of you. And you need.
I'm not impressed.
You hear it?
You know that we're on to you. just a lot of talk. We're not afraid of you. And you need
I'm telling you, he's a wise guy.
I'm telling you, it's all about Richard in that basement. So that was in the basement.
Yeah.
And I chose that picture because I thought you might want to talk about the mirror, Richard.
The scrying mirror. We brought that in, and everybody had an experience with it. And there was a person that came who was shooting another film that looked into it, never used one ever, and was actually seeing like faces and things moving in back of him. You remember Danny?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And he's like, I see stuff in this, and I'm like, well, that's what it's for, you know. And
that's the last time we saw him.
Yeah, that was the last time that we saw Danny. So Danny, but how this works is that it gives you that black canvas, you know, that black space where you kind of soften your gaze and you peer into this blackness by simply holding a candle. You know, the oracles of Greece and Rome did it, you know, in ancient times, and you would scry, and people would see images of their loved ones, faces from across the veil, to things that would even happen in the future through scrying. It's much like a crystal ball, but we use the act of scrying down there, and people were seeing things. I think you too, Jenny, right, saw something in the scrying mirror.
I did. Right? So specific, too. I saw a bed, like someone being sick in a bed, and an older woman with a bun like up in her hair tending to that person, either making the bed or tending to someone in the bed.
Yeah.
I'm going to play EVP here.
Okay.
So, can we play EVP? Here we go.
Are you a doctor or in the medical field or healing people?
Come on.
We played that one already.
Doctor.
But that was a good one.
You did play that one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I mean, we got an answer, which is what my point was. Like, we got such good answers.
Here we go.
Hi, this is Laurel. I'm wondering if you're happy that an antique store has moved into your building. This is Richard. I was in the basement crawl space, and I was curious to know who was in there with me and affected me. Who are you? Hi, this is Roland. What is your name?
Get out.
I forgot about that. We don't want you here. That was so like, it's a whisper, but it's really clear. We don't want you here.
That, you know, this is so interesting. And I don't know why we didn't bring this up or thought about this earlier. It's true. Whenever Richard or Roland asked questions of this entity, you guys both got very abrasive responses. But like when I asked, or Jenny asked, or Lisa asked, or Laurel, any of the women, we got intelligent, coherent answers for like
helpful answers.
You don't like the fellas, maybe. You don't like us.
Well, maybe like what was said though. Maybe it's we saw things about it that it didn't want us to see, and you know, and maybe that. And not to say anybody else didn't. I just think that in the way that it worked out. I mean, for it to be so aggressive, it's just an interesting thing to pay attention to.
I mean,
but,
I'm not impressed.
It wasn't fun.
Maybe he wants the women to himself.
It could be. Could be as a womanizer, you know.
Could be.
No, I agree.
It's a woman that's man at men. Because you hear a voice doesn't mean it's always a man.
I know, but it was. Do we all agree it was a man in the basement?
Yeah,
yeah,
I agree with that.
I agree. Without a doubt,
definitely male energy.
Yeah.
So
It
in
wasn't
that video, you'll notice at the end those 3 little stones in the basement floor. That's the crawl space. I just wanted to point it out to people who are watching. That's the crawl space we are referring to.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I forgot about some of those, Richard. I'm not impressed.
I'm not impressed.
We don't want you here.
Don't want you here.
Poor Richard.
This guy had some personality, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
No, he was
Cranky.
very freaky, terse, off-putting. Yeah, agreed. Totally agreed.
But
Jennie.
nothing like that in the attic. Like, what are some of the experiences that you guys had in the attic? I know Lisa and I did some work in the attic with EVPs, and it was just more informational too.
And
Right,
you didn't
yeah.
get him. You didn't get those responses.
No,
up
we
in
didn't
the
get
attic.
crazy.
That stayed downstairs. So that energy, that pushback, that stayed down in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
Where did
Exactly.
we get liberty?
Jennie, what's the story with the phone? Yeah.
Embarrassing story that he included.
Well,
It's in the documentary, so people who watch the documentary can watch it. But I had a phantom noise. Yeah, I heard a phantom sound. That's a new one for me.
Tell them what the
I heard
sound
a phone
was.
ring, and there was no phone.
Tell them what the sound is.
Well, there were plenty
Yeah.
of phones. They just weren't attached to anything.
Yeah, exactly.
You heard a phone ring, and there's no phones attached, which
And
I find interesting.
I heard a phone ring 3 or 4 times, and I told Laurel, "Hey, your shop phone rang. You might want to check your voicemail."
Yeah.
And she said, "We don't have any phone." So of course I checked everybody. You guys know, I said, "Was your phone on? Did you have your phone on down there?" But no one did. But the interesting thing to me is, like, I mean, I've never had a disembodied sound like that happen, but I would doubt myself, except that I literally in my head was thinking, oh, maybe somebody wants to know the store hours. Oh, they'll leave a voicemail. So I know I heard it. I literally was reasoning about hearing it. It's not your imagination when you're reasoning about it. So that's pretty incredible, Laurel. And you had a box of rotary phones in the back.
Yeah,
and I didn't know about that.
Phones from all different periods in time, from a collector that passed
Creepiest
away.
thing that's ever happened to me. When you said I don't have a phone, my blood ran cold.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not a shop phone.
Yeah. I was like, your shop phone's ringing.
So casual. She's like, I don't have a shop phone. And we're all like,
I was like,
wow.
And
what?
Jennie was so disturbed by it. She was like coming up to all of us. She was just like, I heard a phone upstairs. She was like pulling us out. I heard a phone upstairs, and Laurel doesn't have a phone.
And I went outside because I
what?
thought, well, I heard the next door phone, but it wasn't. You know how you hear a phone right next to you, kind of thing. But I still listened all night to see if maybe somebody next door had a phone that rang that loudly. And there's really nobody right there.
No, my house stands alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the business.
Yeah. So
I got a question for each of you.
I
got a question. You guys can each answer. Out of this place, what was your most profound experience from it? Maybe you told us already, but
it's okay.
What was the most exciting that it's haunted, whatever? What was your most profound experience? You can start with anybody.
Well, I forgot about the ice skate falling. I don't think it was close to me, but that would have been, that was, all the experiences, you throw them together. I can't say that one stood out. Also, although being in the crawl space with Rich really, for me, sticks out.
Yeah, the crawl space with Roland and that whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
working with everybody and coming back and having this group for this period of time that we shot this documentary, working with all people that had specialties in certain areas and putting forth our efforts to capture this and to show the masses, how a real investigation happens. I think that in itself, having to work with all you guys was just awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
we make a good team.
We're a good team. I think actually the part that stood out the most for me is because is when the bag of cotton fell and Kimm caught it, because it's like, even though we all do what we do, and we all have an ego, and we all know that we're paranormal investigators. It's like when you can share in that experience with everybody so that you all see it, and you're like, and you know what I mean? There's no denying that didn't happen. It's like when you're in that moment and sharing it with everybody. That's that was the one that stuck out the most, because I was just kind of like, oh, did you see it? Kind of excitement, but that was it.
Yeah.
I think for me, the most interesting experience you all probably don't even know about. The first night of filming, I wasn't there. I was home, but I was sort of watching it from home, and just on my night cameras, just checking in, just seeing what was up, because I miss my shop when I'm not there. And I'm looking at the attic, and you all are downstairs, and all the bright lights are having, and they're putting the smoke in. And up in the attic, there was plasma in the rafters. And I'm sitting there looking at the attic cameras, and there's this weird, like, cloudy plasma up in the ceiling, like really bouncing around. So I don't remember if I called Sergio or Kara, and I said, you got to go up in the attic. You got to go. But nobody answered. So I ran back over, but it stopped. But it was the most weird thing I've ever seen in my shop.
Wow.
And there's no documenting it. And it's so sad. But I watched it happening, and it was wild. So I think that the spirits were really upset about you guys being there.
Yeah, maybe they're running to the attic. That's what you've seen. They were hiding in the attic.
It was very strange. I've never seen that kind of plasma weird. It was very strange.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, the EVPs I got in the attic were so friendly. Like I asked, is Millie here? And somebody said, yeah, she is. Like everybody was super friendly in the attic. Nobody was mad at us.
Yeah, and I'm happy that nobody was angry, because I think the film is magnificent. I think it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Great job.
Yeah,
What about you, Lisa? What was your profound experience?
Honestly, well, there's something that we didn't talk, actually, that didn't come up at all, and it didn't really come up when we were filming with Sergio. The first time we were there last November, I kept seeing little kids playing hide and seek. Do you remember that? I kept saying there was a little boy. Rich, you were sketching. We were all in a circle around, I don't know, there was a table or something. I'm trying to remember what was in front of us.
Yeah.
We all stood in a circle. And I remember seeing a little boy and a little girl at different times, though, and they were like playing hide and seek, and that was before I think that I found out that it was a toy shop. So that to me was validating, but it was interesting that I only experienced it the first time I was there, and I didn't see those or feel those children at all when we were back there the end of January, beginning of February.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that I got a kick out of is the EVP with the I am the devil. That was the other thing.
I thank you for bringing that up. That's what I was going to bring up. But yeah.
Or the I am. Who's down here? I am.
I am. I know.
We all went.
And how clear it was, especially because look, you see a lot of the times on things like Phasmabox or even an Ovilus, like devil pops up, right? Or you're right.
Yeah.
I have never actually heard it where, like, when I've been on a case, right? For example, for an EVP. So to hear it like at an EVP, I thought that was on a whole other level of validation, and I knew it wasn't the devil, because if you know anything about demonology, the devil's not going to tell you it's the devil, right? So like in that moment, I'm like, well, you're not scaring me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But and that was the other, I feel like, really neat experience. That was, to me, that was neat. Most people would be afraid. I thought it was cool. So
yeah, we all were cool about it. We were like, no, you're not.
I could not agree more, Lisa, that when we all heard that in the circle, first of all, I'm all really proud of us, because we knew we were being filmed, and like nobody wanted to like freak out over, oh my God, we all just the devil. We were all just like, well, But I'm going to tell you, I agree, Lisa. In all the investigations that I've been on and all the EVPs that I've listened to with Jennie, I have never, ever once had one on an EVP that clearly that said that response. And not only that, but it was in an area we were already having this kind of images. Many of us are having the images of a religious gentleman having these experiences down there. It's just like one after the other after the other. It just all lined up. So agreed, it's not the devil. He was definitely trying to use all of his stuff to get us out. I agree. That was my favorite moment. And also, I will say that this is a great education, and everybody needs to have cameras in their shops and their homes, because the evidence that, Laurel, you captured from these cameras was out of this world. I mean, we didn't even show some of the incredible evidence that you were able to capture in your shop. I mean, this just doesn't happen on every location. It just doesn't. All of this different evidence. So this is a great, I loved that too. And I loved working with everybody, obviously.
Yeah. Your shop
Yeah,
is
it was
beautiful.
just great seeing you all investigate together. I mean, it was just, for me, a joy to watch everybody get so excited. And I mean, whether they're angry or nice or whatever, I just think it brought such a dimension to the shop. You know, having you all there, and then having the evidence, and then it was just a joy for me.
This might surprise you guys, but I know the phone was really a big thing for me. But more than that, and you're going to be surprised, was that first day when we had that circle and I sat down next to that glass cabinet. I also felt like a dog or a child, like was rubbing against my leg, running in circles, rubbing against my leg. Like I could see like motion going around that cabinet. Same like you just said. Like a hide and seek type motion.
And Richard,
I
didn't
absolutely felt it.
Richard drew a picture of that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I left all my sketches at the
And
shop.
Kara was there when I told the story to Sergio. You were there when I was interviewed for the documentary. And he said, did you see anything? And I said, I saw either a child or a dog or something this big, run around that cabinet.
Yeah.
So we had an identical experience, which is pretty cool.
I'm getting the shop.
Yeah. How about you, Kara? What's your biggie?
Oh, my biggie was when Kimm caught the bag of cotton.
Oh, okay, that's your biggie. Okay,
that was my biggie, because I think for a very, not only because everybody saw it, we were all in that moment together, but I think that part of this, when Gail and I found Laurel in this shop, I would explain all these things that were happening, and you still have that stereotype of where you think people think you're crazy. And when it happened, it was kind of like an aha. It's like, I'm not crazy. This, it's like, I don't have to increase my Lexapro. This really happened.
See, and you all saw it too.
Yeah. And you all saw it too. So we're all going to share it.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
That's great that you all see it at the same time. You experience the same thing at the same time. So you validate each other.
Right. So what would you guys do next in this place? Like, what would be, if you got to go back and investigate, where would you go and what would you want to investigate?
You mean in the, like, what part of
the
shop?
Like if we went back for an encore, where would you start?
The basement.
I want more.
See, I want to go in the attic.
I would go
by that other side where those mattresses are, if they're still there.
No,
I want more concrete evidence on who it is that's, being the prankster and trying to push us out. You know what I mean? We can say it was the priest, but was it? We don't know for sure. So I feel like there's unfinished. You know what I mean? There's still answers that are needed.
We could use Richard as a trigger object.
Yeah,
we could just use Richard as our trigger object.
Just tie him up and throw him in the corner.
Bring some holy water, Lisa. Let's
I got plenty of bottles in this room.
It's like, look who we brought, Richard.
It would be great to
I'm
have
just
one
kidding, my friend.
person one person at a time in the basement in that area. One person, and seeing if we could get maybe not so confrontational responses, but maybe we could start to get a little bit more conversational if there was just one person with one person. Yeah.
How many
so
groups,
maybe
when you guys were investigating down there, how many people were there at a time? Was it a small group or was it a bigger group?
Yeah, 3 or 4.
Okay.
5 maybe max.
Not even, yeah.
Yeah, because if you get a big group, they might feel intimidated. That's why they're going after. Maybe they're going after Richard and Roland because they feel that they're the stronger of the male. You know, the males that they protect the women and stuff like that, and they're going after them to push them out because they feel that. Because remember, it's a different era they're from, and they may feel that to get rid of them. That's why they're attacking them first, and then they'll do whatever they want with the women. I don't know.
I almost wonder too if tomorrow you go into the shop, since we're all talking about it here, if you might see things, you might see some spikes, you might feel presence from the basement.
Ooh,
Ohio. Somebody else can go in.
So a couple of people have asked. Yeah. Mary Beth and someone else asked, is it the building or is it the antiques? And can you talk a little bit, maybe Kara especially, about what experiences you've had with certain objects in the place? Because you have some good stories.
Yeah. So I do think that it's like a battery. I think whatever is there on the land is absolutely being charged by the energy of the antiques there. There are a few antiques there that are more charged than others. One of them I do have. I have a doll that I named Vivian, and she's kind of spicy. She's kind of spicy. She falls over, and Kim's seen it. The doll falls over on its own. Like she'll be sitting there, and if she doesn't like something, she'll let you know by actually just, falling forward, falling to the side. Her dress does move on its own. It comes off her shoulder. She's a little spicy like that. And, and so she's one. And then the other one is a guitar that has its own story altogether with me. Laurel comes in and she says, and she was just putting stuff away. And she hands me this guitar. I'm sorry, my dog is jumping at me. She goes, what do you hear? She goes, here, what do you get from this? And she puts it in my hands. And there's no other. I was told by Laurel and Gail that I glitched, and I had a physical reaction to it, and the first thing out of my mouth was, "Who passed away or who died?" And then I go to find out that she tells me that the person who owned it passed away, and then from that. We find out that the person who owned it before them passed away. So it went from uncle to nephew, and they both, unfortunately, took their own lives over a woman. So it went from the uncle who took his wife over a woman to the nephew who took his wife over a woman. And then it ended up in Laurel's shop. So there, everything there is going to have a history, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's traumatic, whether it's happiness. I have also from Laurel's shop, I have a grooming kit that you would give, on a wedding, like a grooming kit for, a couple. I have, so everything is going to have a history, everything.
Mm-hmm. Roland healed the guitar, though.
Yes, Roland healed the guitar. I will. Yes, he cleansed the guitar. The guitar is now safe.
I still wouldn't buy it because, they two of them died. They killed themselves over a woman. I'd be like, I don't know.
Wasn't the same woman.
No, it wasn't the same woman, but it's a woman. So I don't know if I would trust that guitar. Yeah, I'll go start playing. Hey, I'm gonna jump off the building now.
Right.
Yeah.
But I
Like
mean,
you
I don't know if
said,
you
so-
guys all agree with this, but I believe the entity gentleman in the basement is associated with that house structure and land. I think some
Yeah,
of the other
I would agree. He
Right.
seems to me I sense him as being older and more attached to that. You know, older meaning in terms of presence in that place.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, you say he's aggressive. Maybe he was there before that addition was added onto the building, and he's still pissed off that the addition was added on.
Hmm.
I
You
mean,
know?
there's so many more questions.
Yeah, there are a lot. A
Yeah.
lot of what ifs.
We don't have a lot of time tonight. We got like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
2
you
hours
guys
flew
are all
right by.
invited to play there again. If you want to come, just come and play. Pick a day, pick a time, and just come and play.
Thanks,
This is
Laurel.
actually great. We have a
We have
we
to
have a
shoot
question for
sequel.
Laurel. Laurel, is
Yes.
there a drain in your basement?
A drain? No, I don't believe there is.
Okay.
There's like
that
a
was the
sump.
question.
There's
no
like
sump.
Oh.
No sub pump.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Not that I'm
Nice.
aware of, unless it's like, no, I've never seen a drain in there. I'm sitting way above street level. The house sits up on a hill.
That's true.
It's
Yeah.
peculiar. Everything else is down below, but my house sits up on a hill.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
isn't the basement's not street level, is
No,
what you're saying? No, it's above.
Yeah.
Okay.
the
The
basement
basement
is
is
probably
Yeah,
above
it's
street
like
level,
just
but
about-
below the house. It's very
Yeah.
strange.
Yeah.
You know,
not all
I'm
not all
thinking about-
basements have drains. I know my
Yeah.
building, and it's over 100. It's 106 years old over in Queens, and we never had a drain there, and we ended up had to put a sub pump because we had a flood going on, but there was no drains and nothing there. And it's a huge basement, so not every building puts a basement in a drain in the basement, unless you're
True.
below. So, and then again, if there's a river, there's a stream going underneath it, they would have put that there because once that stream, with heavy rain, it'll come up into the basement.
True.
Oh, and
so-
you know what I just forgot?
Ri-
I just
Go
forgot,
ahead.
Lisa. You mentioned the kids. I
Yeah.
totally forgot, but there was a school next door as well.
That's
Yeah.
I
knew there
totally,
was
I
something
just
else.
remembered it. Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
School plus the toy shop. Right. So, but it was interesting that it never came out when we actually went back with Sergio to film. It was only out the one time we were there with Danny.
Mm.
Actually, we got a child's voice in EVP on that floor.
Really? On the first on the main
Yeah.
floor?
Richard,
That's
do you
what I
remember
told
that?
him.
We
Vaguely.
couldn't really make it out, but it was like a child speaking.
Sort of voice.
Was that
Yeah.
the same
On the
time, that
second
same
floor.
night? Or was that when
No,
we were
this
back
was
in-
the last night, the final
Oh, wow.
night. Yeah.
So,
But I was thinking about what Richard said about, older things. And the basement is the one place the EVPs we got, because I was talking about EVPs, obviously. We're not so, like we said, were you what did you do? Were you a healer, a doctor? I was a doctor, right? Like a doctor. This is like a person speaking to us, but it's not necessarily a person saying, I'm the devil, I'm not impressed, get out. Like maybe he has a point that maybe we're dealing with something older down there. Not necessarily scary or evil, but just older. It didn't give like very human responses. Whereas, we said other things upstairs that were very human. What'd you die of? Liver disease. Okay, that's a
Right,
person,
right,
right? Like that's a person who dies of liver disease. I don't know.
Yeah, wasn't there something in the backyard though, in the shed? Like there was something with you guys had an SLR.
Yes, that was
Oh,
weird.
yeah.
That was when we were with Danny.
That was
Yeah.
the first attempt at filming the.
There's a lot of good stuff on. We
That
need
was
to get
good,
that
yeah.
film somehow.
Yeah.
I have a lot of
Yeah.
stuff on my cameras from that, by the way. If anybody
Oh, yeah.
ever, yeah.
Oh,
Right. No, I just mean there was nothing identifying in the basement. Like identifying like I was a preacher or, whatever. Nothing really identifying someone as a human.
right.
But-
And that's
I think-
why we want to go back. was because we didn't
Yeah.
really get anything there. But I will
Yeah.
say, every spirit is a sovereign being, or whatever entity is a sovereign being. They don't have to tell us who they are. Some don't want to. Some don't actually
True.
want to tell us.
Right.
True.
We
Yeah.
got 6 minutes left. And can you tell the people how to get this documentary? Just put it in the chat so everybody in there could see it.
Oh, I've
And
been
you want
doing
to talk, Tara, do you want to talk about like what we're doing and what we're going to do in the future and how to find this? And I'll put it in the chat.
I got 5 minutes. All right.
5 minutes.
You got 5 minutes. Go.
So
Go.
yes, the documentary is on YouTube. You can find it. I think Kimm was putting the link in there before. So if you scroll up, but you'll find the link. As for what we're doing next, we're looking and we're scouting for new locations. And if you have a location at the end of the documentary, if you see it, there is a website, or excuse me, there is an email that you can contact for our next location. So that being said, I think I forget the email.
Way to go, Kara.
What?
I'm just joking with you.
Oh, was it? I think it is because it's Sergio's email. It's the director's email.
Watchmen, if you have a location for us, just send us a
Reach
message.
out. You can reach out to us at 9 Lives Paranormal or Richard at any one of our socials.
Any one of us,
Reach out to
yeah.
us and we'll get it to the right people.
Yeah, absolutely. Let us know if you have a great location.
We want your location.
We want your location.
Yeah, because these people below me and next to me are the best you're going to get. They're the best anywhere. It's a privilege to work with all of you. And guess what? It's the new year, so
yeah.
we got
we gotta wish everybody Happy New Year and everything. Show's coming to an end. Yeah, we got 4 minutes. Well, we got a couple less than that. But I want to wish everybody Happy New Year in the panel. You guys are all great. I had a great time, great stories. It was awesome to be listen to a lot of them. The audience was going nuts over here. They really liked what was going on, which we got to start. I'm going to thank the audience for coming on. I want to wish everybody Happy New Year. 2025 is our last show of the year, and I'm going to definitely see you in 2026. We have some more great guests. We're booked into March right now with everybody, so we got a lot of great guests coming up in 2026. And the chat, we always have a great people in chat. I want to thank them always. Anybody listening? We got a couple of people on tonight. I haven't seen in a while. Chris was on. I like Chris. What's up, man? I hope everybody had a great Christmas or holidays and everything. And we're going to have to say goodnight because it's the time we have to leave. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, and check out all these wonderful people that we have on. We have 9 Lives Paranormal. We have Roland Buddha Hawk. We have Lisa Morrison, a psychic medium. Richard Michella is another psychic medium who does spirit art. And obviously Laurel in her wonderful shop in Denville, New Jersey, Times 10 Cup. So
go visit. Go visit.
Yeah, go visit.
She's so friendly. You'll be right in.
And you can bring your toys with you and see what you feel.
Come on in.
And it's the only place where you can have a documentary and you can actually purchase a piece of the set where it was filmed.
You can buy an item.
Yeah, you bring something home with you.
One of the telephones I hear is still there.
One of the telephones.
Oh yes, many of them are.
Yeah, maybe not the guitar.
I want that guitar.
Yeah,
we
want a guitar.
It's waiting for a very special person.
It is.
You have any more of the drum sets that I might be interested in?
No drum set.
Oh my gosh, you don't want Tonda drum sets in the middle of the night.
Can you imagine?
Tonda drum set.
And if I get any really cool shop things on the cameras tonight, I'll shoot them to Kara and she'll send them out.
Please,
y'all.
please.
Cool. All right,
Come back after our next one. I hope you'll all come back after our next documentary. And
next
and
documentary,
thank you.
we'll bring you all back and we'll do it again. Okay.
Thank you all for coming.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Good night. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy
everybody.
New Year.
Good night, everyone. Happy New Year.
All right. Take care.
Good night.
Bye, guys.
Hey, how you doing?